a bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
This is amazing in there, you guys. There's an unbelievable inside, and back in really inside, in there, there's a seat that it's made where they sit on a. It's actually on this thing right here. It looks just like that in there, and it's open. You could put 2 or 3 of me in there. I'm not kidding. All right, I'm going all the way up. Been having battery problems. My batteries just keep. They only charge like 3/4 of the way. More like 2/3. So I might have to go to my backup camera, we'll see. I'm not gonna waste your time. I gotta walk a long ways. So I figured, let me do that. More really good signs. Look at these structures. They're so hidden. Like nobody would ever notice these or find these ever. I'd love to see how certain ones, even though I know these are my guys, these are the real clan dudes, they'll do their own little thing, you know? It's always within that taught structure language, but they have their own little personal touch at every place, and I think it comes down to them and, of course, where they are. All right, I've reached the snow. It immediately changes temperature right here. I'm stuck. I gotta get across somehow. There's an X right there crossing the. I gotta get up higher somehow. All right. Mile marker 1 is strange. It's good news too. It's where I got dirt this is where those tracks were, look. There's a giant footprint right there. And dirt's been spilled. There's that sideways trident. This is as far as I've been. Now, let's go in. Here's that dirt. With the sticks and stuff. I went like this last time, moved it, but the stick was under the dirt. There's an X there. And there's one on the ground there. Let's go up in here. And then forget about how parallel the trident is. Just like they always do. It's, you know, it's a fork, but it's still like, I still call those like tridents, like almost like a structure name, you know. All right, you can see it starts to get nearly impossible to walk through. It's hard to tell on the camera because it's so little, but I gotta navigate through here. This is a good sign. I feel like above is gonna be exciting. Sometimes I know wholeheartedly, like I swear to God to you, it's gonna be the best video, the best place. Here, I don't know. I think yes. So let's see. More really good signs. Look at these structures. They're so hidden. Like nobody would ever notice these or find these ever. I'd love to see how certain ones, even though I know these are my guys, these are the real clan dudes, they'll do their own little thing, you know? It's always within that taught structure language, but they, you know, they have their own little personal touch at every place, and I think it comes down to them and, of course, where they are. All right, I've reached the snow. It immediately changes temperature right here. I'm stuck. I gotta get across somehow. There's an X right there crossing the... I gotta get up higher somehow. Forgive this zoom, I'm really out of breath. There's a really cool structure. It's hard to see it, but it's one of those tree stuffing deals, and then it goes out that way and then over, and then when it meets this X. In fact, that X might be part of it. It's touching it for sure. Whew, forgive me. I'm out of shape. I mean, it depends who you compare me to. You know what I mean? I'm in better shape than most, and probably less than most that would climb a mountain. So, but I'm hanging in there, and let's keep going. I got this path with nice black leaners, really just random spots in the middle of the wood. You can see there's a triangle right there. It's a rule of thumb I have, you guys. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of you probably would just do it with common sense. Never start downhill. Like, don't park on top of a hill and then walk down, and then try to get back later, because then you could have trouble trying to go back. It's good to do all the hard stuff first, obviously, right? And then have it downhill the whole way home. This is definitely a big structure. My first one. It's got a great field goal right there through that fork. I don't see activity on it though. Yeah, there's a triangle right there. That's good. Because even if this isn't crazy, at least I'm finding their stuff. I've got to find it at some point, because it's pretty amazing. Maybe they bent this all the way from here. It's bent sideways, and everything field goals into the same spot. I'm a little surprised so far how little down there. I didn't even film it. I'm walking by. This is gonna be great. There's activity everywhere. Up here, there used to be last fall activity everywhere. Up here. Here we go. Thank you. That's what I needed. I didn't even see it. I saw the triangle, but the triangle is field goal and tridents, and it's a beautiful, incredible X, and I'm very thankful for that. And it does look more disturbed here. I don't care what it's disturbed by. I just want to see some kind of activity, which is all through here. Look at that. That's legit. Too legit. Too legit to quit. You ever see, I was never a big MC Hammer fan, but, you know, he's a talented guy. And I think it was 2009, there was like an award thing and that Psy guy came out. Unknown style, that guy, at the awards, because he had already gotten like 700 million views on that video in like a few months. And in the middle of performing that video, it cuts to Too Legit to Quit. And MC Hammer comes out on stage with his crew, and they all dance together. It was really, really good. And then all of a sudden, Psy's, you know, dancing to Too Legit to Quit. I thought that was really cool. All right, let's get out of this. There's definitely a spot here. It's packed down. They used it. There's no question about it. You can see there's spots that this is used. There's another X right there. All right, let's keep going. All right, look at this, you guys. It's impossible. Look at that, okay? And then look here. Well, don't look down there because that's where I'm going. It's something else there, but this is what the rest of the forest looks like. Whoa! I'm telling you, that's a leg breaker, man. That's a leg breaker. This stuff is unbelievable footprint. That's a footprint. I'm not even kidding. You can even see the skip marks. And it goes right to this. Sorry about the cell phone. I have no, I'm miles in here still and up here, and I have nothing to record with. I went through 4 batteries. Look at this situation. I don't think they're here yet. I think there's a couple. I swear, I don't know for sure, but I think there's a couple around checking me out, following me and stuff, making footprints, pushing over trees. But I'm telling you, the bulk, they're not here yet. They're somewhere else. Oh my God. You guys, I didn't film the half of it. It would have took me to get to this spot. I'm gonna keep going, but I want to show you what's going on here. So I'm at my first pine trees, and there's actually aspens mixed in, which still kind of makes it not really you can see here, see how it's just going. I'm like right where it starts. And immediately things are happening. Okay, so you can see how steep this hill is. I'm on a really steep hill. It goes right there, it just goes straight down. Look how parallel it is. I heard Brandon say it the other day. You can put your beer on it. All right, it comes out to an X or something. Look at your fence. Look how you guys look at it. Look at the stumps. None of them come from where that is. There's no stump holes in the ground behind them. Those things were all put like that. I think you can tell just by looking at it. We see it every single time, the 3. I call them a fence. The outside one as well goes all the way down and meets that one, and they form a triangle. It's one giant triangle. Now forget about, look at the bend down there. This is exciting. I almost missed that thing. That thing's wrapped around a tree. You can only see it a little bit from here. It's incredible. It's not even bent. It's a complete like round arch bent around a tree down there. Here we go. Same exact noise as that the Behind the Language place. And it's right here. There's no wind. I got wood knocks again to the right. It's messy. I'm not getting to my tribal places yet. Like I'm really hoping for. Hopefully, maybe today. We'll see. It's just starting here. After that walk, I feel like it's been a whole day. Look at the inside, you guys. Look how all of this is actually amazing. You know, it doesn't have those perfect geometry structures, but look how you can't, I mean, just to get in here was climbing through all that stuff, and then you get in here and you're completely open and it's down to dirt. It's literally, here's the perches. Oh my God, these are old perches that they haven't used yet this year. They might have used them. They might be in here, like I said, you can't tell, but they're not making it dirt. Look, there's big perches behind these. You guys, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going the right way, I'm going the right way, I'm going the right way. Yeah, I have OCD, I'm going the right way. Oh my God. That wouldn't be OCD anyway. Look, I told you there's no holes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 giant trees. There is a hole for the big one, but none for those. Look at that. How did they do that? How do you move something that big? Drag it or whatever, I mean. You guys, look at this. This is why I'm freaking out. First of all, I'm on a perch. I come back here in a month, that'll be all dirt. Disturbed dirt. Wait till you see this. I can't believe it. I wasn't expecting to see this. You guys, this is colossal. And it's unbelievable. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to point the camera at it. Should I show you? Maybe I'll just keep this one to myself. You don't get to see this. Did you hear that? They went. I can't believe how far up I am today. So I made a post and I said, like, you know, when you come out on days like today, you know, you have to assume that you're spending the night. In other words, come prepared with what you guys, do you see this? This is on the steepest of hills. Look how this one comes all the way up the hill. You guys, so I was getting excited. It's not only a giant X, it's a perfect giant X. And it's kind of hidden like a little bit, like it's, you know, it's like the biggest X I've ever seen done kind of discreetly. You know, like the untrained eye just would never notice, you know. I don't know how, I don't know why. And then once you're, I guess we'll call it trained, once you've trained your eye, you know, it's like you can't even understand how you didn't see it before. And that's the subject. Wow, I'm just going slow in here. Like I keep saying, and people have been, you know, reassuring me. Look at these triangles. Almost like X's. You know, I keep saying, like, I know this is boring. I know I'm not there yet. And people are encouraging me. So thank you guys. To, you know, that it's not boring and they liked the videos and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that. Blatant. You guys, look at this. The birds are going crazy on the backside of that X. And that could just be normal. But when you got nothing else to go on, so when I came all through those aspens, and there's just like little structures all the way, like different spots, and they're very spread out. It's almost like, to me, it's like a spot they run to if they are in those woods, and they need a place to go invisible. They run to those spots. I know it might sound ridiculous, and I don't know if it's true, but that's what my brain tells me. See, look, this is why we call it a Bigfoot tree, guys. It's a dead tree. They look eerie, typically, and they made a structure on it. The one in the middle is a Bigfoot tree. And when you see this standing alone, that's actually a giant teepee structure. See that? Giant teepee structure. What do you want to bet? It's all connected. Perch right here. He's been sitting right here. What do you want to bet? See? A giant teepee structure. Comes down. Hits there. It actually hits there too. There's a fort that goes up. You see it? Hits there. Connects to all of this. This entire place right here is connected to that teepee structure, including the X. Look, do it quickly. It hits there, comes over, hits these. Those hit right there. They actually hit all of these, but we'll just follow this one. All right. Touches, goes up, and connects actually in 3 different places. This one also connects to the teepee structure, which is that one. So they make all these connections and they go out. We got to figure out, you guys, please just start guessing, like, how are the teepee structures where everything's being conducted from? They're definitely the main source that everything's connected to. Now, does it take something from their side to complete the system? I'm willing to bet yes. I think what they do with these structures is just a preliminary layout. It's that they have to complete it by taking their, you know, they have these little like, they look like sticks with little balls on them, and you can even bend them and stuff, and then touch it, and then that'll complete, like, there's this low kinetic energy or something, I don't know, like almost like static electricity that you wouldn't even be able to feel. But with that technology, you can touch it. It creates enough energy. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at right now. These structures, the way they do it, it's by doing it, it doesn't really create the magic. But by connecting them and then using whatever they do, that's how it works. I'm kind of interested why I can't see beyond these tree lines. I gotta reset them. I'm blurring. This happens only in a Bigfoot world, guys. My camera, they try to hurt my camera. You'll see it. It never happens unless I'm in here. Let me start over. All right, let's try this again. Look next to the X. There's like a trident type thing. Hope it's still doing it. I don't get it. I haven't stood like really in a Bigfoot world like this in quite a while with all the seats. You guys got to see the perches in here. Like if I brought you in here in July, which I won't because this is impossible. I'm telling you, you'd see all these round dirt seats. And right now they're sitting on them, I believe there's a seat right there. It's right there at that X. I can see the dirt. It's literally dirt. Let me see if I can fix the camera. Look at that, you guys. Look how this connects. I'm under the teepee structure. Symmetrical X, just hidden by those pine branches. And this is where all the connections begin right here. And this goes out to this entire forest. Look how many. Because they all end up like touching something different and going out to the spot. It's amazing. We gotta figure out where they are. Where they go. I'm not saying they're not right here. I'm just saying, even if they are or they're not, where do they go? What do they do? Okay, so I'm here and they're hiding in the bushes. What happens when I'm not here? I don't know what to do here, you guys. This is such a difficult forest. It looks clear, but it's not. It's like, look at the ground. Why is my camera bouncing? I'm telling you, I think they're affecting the camera. That bird won't stop either. He's like, human, 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 idiot, idiot. Like, look at this guy. Believe me, I feel stupid sometimes. Like, from their perspective, like, I look at myself like them, like, here we go. Look at these people. They're just so annoying. Humans. That's probably what they're thinking sometimes. Like, oh my goodness, just leave us alone. That's actually not the case, believe it or not. Now, I think it would be if everyone knew. You know, if the whole world knew, but when it's only one person in the whole history of the earth that's found them, I believe that's different. I really do believe it. I'm not making an excuse so it's okay for me to be here. If I didn't think it was okay, I wouldn't do this. In 2 seconds. Because I want them to like me. Can we get that up? Hey guys. Just wanted to say hi. I'm eating some beef jerky. I realized I'm walking up the hill. I didn't eat breakfast. I was so excited to come out here today. Not excited to walk up this hill. It's proved to be a really, really difficult place to get through and stuff. It's just, I don't think it looks like that if I'm not zoomed in, but I'm gonna keep going. Looking forward to Brandon and Lori. Hopefully they're still coming out in July. I'm really looking forward to that. I think I see a Bigfoot. No, it's a tree. I'm not even kidding. At the very second, I was like, hi. Because when you sit in one place for a long time, sometimes they'll come closer. Like that's what happened to me at least. So I say sometimes, but it only happened once that I saw with my own eyes. I have a feeling more than I've seen. It's so hard to see these guys. It's so hard. Depending on where you go. There's a bird right here. There's another set of forest that's way up there, and I can see these incredible structures that's up there in front of it. I wonder if I can make that. This is weird here. I really was expecting it to be, sorry. Man, that stuff's funky, but breakfast. Seriously, that's breakfast. I'm eating, I have no food. I gotta go shopping. I had like eggs and stuff, but I didn't have any bread, because I don't really like eating eggs without bread. And I had, don't ask me why we're talking about this, but I had, kind of looking, I just feel like something's going on here. Man, there's a tree right in front of me. I was just talking to them like they were in there, and I was like, what is that? I swear I just saw a face. There is nothing there. What was that? You guys in there? I was saying, good human. I go, hi, good human, because it's the spot they'd be in. I know these types of spots they have, and there's always this one giant clump of stuff, and of course there's a leaner coming to it, and then they'll be in there. I'm not seeing them with my eyes, but I just want to take a quick look. Looking forward to that. I think Nico's coming out. I decided not to do any paid trips, you know, like where someone comes out and you know, like basically I just take them out for the day or two. I might, you know, if you really, really, really were serious about it and you really wanted to come out, you know, remember, it's not like you're paying me and there's like this barrier between us because you're paying me. This is a total friendship thing. It's kind of started just by, you know, because I could, if I wanted to do that, I could have, you know, someone out here every single day of the summer, and I would have no money problems and I would be rich. But I think I would ruin what I have here, and you know, creating a circus out of this. So I limit that, just in case that's true. I just want to be sure that I'm doing the right thing. So I usually have a few people that come out. So if you really wanted to come out, you know, we could talk. Like for like a paid trip. It's just the paid part is really just a way to help support like the summer gas and food and, you know, keeping the trailer on the ranch, things like that. It just helps me with that. That's all it is. It's a total friendship thing. I don't treat it as a business, you know, thing. It's all about just buddies. You know, anyone that's come out here has left. You know, think about that. Anyone that knows me or has been with me has always come back or wants to come back. We've never had a problem. We've never had an argument. That's why, you know, you see these people online, you know, that just lose their minds because they're not getting enough attention. And because people don't give them attention, they attack me. I'm like, listen, I can't help it. You're in a group where a lot of these people are we're friends on Facebook. We're friends. They probably get more notifications from me, you know, things like that. Like, because they're upset, like they didn't get enough likes. This was like a month ago. And, you know, things like that. And then it turns to anger, and then they attack you because they think that they're doing the same thing I am, you know, when they're just copying me, and their pictures and their work just don't compare to what I'm doing out here. And maybe today, but, you know, what I'm going to accomplish this summer and what I accomplish every summer. And, you know, I got those people to that level, and then they just stab you in the back. You know, it happened with, you know, a few people. No, it wasn't me. It was like all of us. You know, when I say me, it wasn't really me, because I've never had a problem with anybody. People create problems. I've never said a word. I'm just out here doing this, you guys. It's all right. So enough talking. Got some snow right there. It's melting really quick. It's so beautiful. It's so quiet. I'm not really expecting anything yet with what I see. Like if I'm going to get noises or... I think I got wood knocks earlier. It could have been a tree. I'm not sure. So... Oh my God. Did you guys hear that? An entire tree, a giant tree just got knocked down right there. Right over the hill, right there. I think it's on the camera. I just got done saying, this has happened to me before, you guys. It's just not a coincidence. Sitting in the middle of a Bigfoot world, I just got done saying that I haven't really got anything. I might have got tree knocks, but it could have been a tree. And then an entire tree fell down. Do you guys realize in 5 years that's only happened to me 3 times? 2 times right in a row, right in front of my face. Literally right in front of me. In their structures, they actually did it. People could see them pushing them. And then it just happened again. I think it was them. Let's go up and find that tree. Let's see what that tree is. This teepee structure is amazing. I'm also really interested in how beautiful, it's hard to find an aspen forest that perfect at high elevation. You guys check this out, perch. There's an active perch with the ground glyphs right underneath the teepee structure. Look. I didn't even see it. I was sitting like right in there somewhere. And I got up, I heard the tree break. I'm like, let's go see that, turn around, and look who was right behind me the whole time. Brand new, you guys. There's no way the snow melted like that. That is brand new. He was sitting right there. I got giant structures in the back. And I just had a tree fall down right behind me as I was saying I haven't gotten anything yet. Check this out, I can barely walk through it. Somewhere in here is where the tree fell down. It might be right behind her, it might be this pine tree. It's the only pine tree here, but I felt like the noise was more that way. It was really close, but it might be like right here. So I don't think it was that tree. But look at that, that just got pushed down, you guys. There's no way. It's the only one. Well, pretty much. Like over here, there's all structures in there. This is pretty cool. You know what I like about this place? It's different. Again, it's something a little bit different. I can't walk. All right, I gotta find the tree that broke. Look at this in here. This is crazy. It's inside like these little trees. You can't walk through them. You can, but it's brutal. Look at the parallel. It's amazing. It comes right through. It's through like two or three different things. This tree is still growing like this. So this wasn't it. As you can see, it's them. Is it exciting? Not too much. Look at this, how this goes up. It's different here. They're just here, you know? But the one thing about me is I want to find where they are, and I want it to look exciting. It's pretty cool. Look at that. Look how it field goes, you guys, on tridents. It's not an accident. Just something's catching my eye over there. I want to see. I think it's just a stick, but I want to see if it's a marker. I'm balancing, so I probably can't do this. Nothing. It could be a marker, but that's all they do for these spots. Some of these zooms have paid off with people getting timestamps. All right, let's find this tree. What tree broke? Look at the leaner behind. It's such an area of like Bigfoot. You guys, look at the white aspen leaner that goes up to that. It's amazing how it stops right there. That's amazing to me. Yes, I've coined the phrase amazing. Over now. This is the same structure, but look. The upside down branches that came from nowhere. This is like a trident tree. This one goes up field goals. From the field goal, there's another one that's leaned that goes down. And this goes, I mean, it couldn't be any more straight across. And then it field goals. It's impossible. There's no trees there. And then you got a leaner on that one that comes down. That's pretty cool. There should be a tree down right here somewhere. You guys, I think it's on the camera. I'm almost sure it's on the camera. That's pretty cool. The structure's back here. Look how it's hidden in these little tiny trees. Breaks. These things don't break. It's like they're like rubber. Try knocking. Anybody home? All right, let's go. I got wet, fresh footprints right here. Only because it's at the bottom of where snow is melting. It's still wet there. This snow melted, it's dry an hour later on the forest. This was probably just now. I think he came down. I was sitting at that first spot for about 20 minutes. Literally just zoning out. Nothing happened except for that tree falling down. And so a couple of weird things. And then all of a sudden there's a footprint behind a structure and trees falling down up here with no wind. There's no wind. Look at the trees. There's not even a breeze. Moving the littlest bit. I can't feel it in here at all. And then when you're in the forest, I've got to find a tree that fell. No way. See, oh, by the way, I was wrong. It happened, remember it happened at the Oasis last summer? And I got that incredible thing of light coming down. And then they were all in it. It was like a light from heaven. And they were all in it. And they literally pushed the tree right on camera. I got fresh dirt there. I'm seeing this. It can't be. Look at this. This just happened recently, but it's a structure. And because this is tucked, I'm doubting they did it that fast. Even though they could, whatever just got pushed down, got pushed down. This is exactly where the noise came from though. Right here. But here, the thing about every single time it happened to me, it made a structure. Okay? At the Oasis, and at my special place that I'll be at in a couple weeks when the 2 trees fell, where everything happens to me there. The clan on video. It's a very special place where they have all those leaning perfect sticks and all that. Look at this. This is exactly where the sound came from. Right here. There's no way that just happened. And if it did, man, they tucked it in and everything. Look at the breaks, even this one. Look, it's tucked underneath the tree. Sorry guys. Once in a while, it's a little branch. I try not to affect their stuff. I haven't found the tree yet. It's gotta be right here. That tree didn't grow from there. It just was literally put there. There's no stump. I'm right behind. The sound literally came from that sideways break. It's right here, and I'm not seeing any other trees yet. So if I get behind this tree and there's nothing there, I think they just made a structure. Like, they wanted me to hear it, they made it, and then just disappeared. I got a footprint, and I got all kinds of activity through here. And it's hard to make activity, so if you see anything, it's good. And I'm gonna keep going. Oh man, look, even if this video sucks, I just had a tree push down right behind me. There's no wind. You guys, I don't care the chances of being in a location in the forest and just having a tree, even if it just was falling over from old age, would be like 1 in a million, because, you know, some of these trees live for 100 years, you know, and just to have it fall over at the moment you're there, the odds are so slim. It's almost unbelievable. And I guess the odds increase because there's so many, you would think, but I'm telling you guys, it doesn't happen very often. How many times have you been in any woods? These woods are the same thing as New Jersey. Trees are trees. It's different because of the conditions and the weather, but, you know, go stand in New Jersey and see if a tree just falls over while you're there. I'll bet you it doesn't. And if it does, they probably did it. And remember, the only times it's happened to me were in the middle of some of the best places I've ever found. This is, I don't know if it's the best yet. We'll see. It's interesting, you know. You can't see. I think they like it because you can't see the forest, like through the forest. You just can't see. This is my view. That's how it looks. You just can't. It's all these. That's all it is. This whole forest of these little seedlings. All right, we gotta find a tree that fell over. I know I wasn't hallucinating, you guys. It was so loud. Guess what? It's got to be there. There's a whole little thing going on here. But I don't see where a new tree fell, or not a new tree, but just any tree fell down. It had to be that sideways one. And I think they made a structure. I'm not kidding. See, you wouldn't believe me unless you could hear it. You might believe me, but it's hard to believe. So it's like one of those things you got to hear. Look at that, guys. So right above where I was sitting, and I mean, I'm talking about with the structures right there. Those two leaners, watch. It's a trident. It's a whatever dent. It's a something dent. It's got a dent. We're gonna call this dents. Whether it's a quadrant, a trident, a duodent, it's a dent. Where did that tree fall down? Look at this Bigfoot world, you guys. This is all a Bigfoot world. As you can tell, I'm getting higher, but man, the snow is melting here, thank God. Oh, son of a bitch. This is where you gotta be careful. You know, these things are so slippery. And one wrong slip and you can die. You guys, I literally, ask Callie, I saved his life last summer. Like, there was not even a question. He slipped and he started falling back, like backwards, like literally he was gonna fall on his back from like 4 or 5 feet up. And I was right behind him and I grab him and catch him in midair. Like, I catch him and right below him is this giant spear sticking out of a stump like this, just sticking straight up. I was like, dude, I just saved your life. He's like, you just saved my life. Like, literally. I was like, I know. I'm a hero. What can I say? You know, us unsung heroes. Just kidding. I mean, I think I did what anyone else would have done. I'm just fast like that. I think my brain works quickly. You know, I have quick eye to hand. That's why I was good at sports. I always had good eye to hand. I mean, I think I knew he was going to fall before he even fell practically. So Callie, you owe me. Oh yeah, I got my guy. This is the guy. I know this is the guy. Look at that. There's toes in it. I can't believe it. Little. Look, it's smaller than my foot. Look. It might be the size of my foot if I took my boot off. But it's much wider. Look how much wider. I can't see my screen. Hopefully you, oh, there we go. Hold on, what's going on here? Okay. Look at that. His heel. I think this just happened. If it didn't, it happened, you know, in the last day or so. It came right through here. You know, there should be another one. He came right through this. You would think there'd be another one. I think they do that by accident. Like he's up on the thing and he's like, ah, and unless he wanted me to see that, he did it by accident. That's my opinion. They avoid the snow, you guys. They just avoid it. I don't think it might be a security thing for them, and maybe even an internal thing for them. There could be other ones out here trying to hurt them. You don't know what's going on in this world out here. So the lack of footprints could be not just for us, but it might be an internal situation as well. And they just seem to avoid the snow. Maybe they don't like the cold feeling on their feet. I mean, I don't know. And that, to me, that's an accident, or he meant to do it. Which is, I guess, obvious, but you know what I mean. I come up past here. Listen, I haven't gone that far from those structures I was showing you, where I thought the tree had broken. The tree couldn't have broke any further than right in here. It had to be that structure. It had to be. Now, if you can't hear it, I'm going to be really, really disappointed. I know they did it. It's for me. Oh. Look. No scat. Footprint right to it. I would almost think this was elk, except for the fact that, look, it's all boxed off. He's sitting right at the top like a king. And what's right behind him? Remember, I'll never show you a perch in my entire life. And I've shown more than, I am bragging, more than anyone in the world put together with symmetrical X's on them. I think I'm the only one. You know, not finding perches now, but Brandon finds them all the time. And it's hard to do. Brandon, you gotta remember, give Brandon a little extra credit because he's also working with terrain and, you know, areas that are, in my opinion, much more difficult to research and to, you know, to explore. It's they're extremely careful, and we get them in the videos, of course, but it's to see them there or to get like real footprints. It's hard. There's a huge population in California. Even if you're in the mountains, you know, not far away, there's 1 million people. It's not like that here. If you want to go to 1 million people, that's 3 hours from where I'm standing right now in a car. So that's pretty cool. I'm very thankful. Can I just thank God that I was able to at least, even though he had nothing to do with my walk today, I don't think, I'm going to thank him that, you know, because I was really getting to the point where nothing was happening, and then all of a sudden, right behind me, X, and I got I think it's 2 footprints now? 2, like yesterday, today, footprints. So you can't get timestamps in here. If you're wondering why I haven't zoomed, it's because I guess I could a little bit. It's hard to see through these. See, you can't see all these trees in between. That looks clear, but it's all these trees. So it's hard to zoom from a distance. I can only assume that look, let's put it this way. You can believe me or not, I know what the tree was, okay? The question is why? It was meant to tell me to come up here. They either didn't want me sitting where I was, or they just were, you know, just assuring me which way to go, which seems to happen to me quite a bit, and it never fails. But so far it's failing as far as like what I want to see. Do I keep going up there? Blatant. Slayer, you got a great axe, dude. Good job. I tell, you know, me and Slayer give each other a hard time. Look at the 2 leaners. We're friends, of course. We're just, look at that. That's an X. 2 leaners and an X. And, but, you know, we just immaturely bust on each other. And, but I believe Slayer's my friend, and, you know, he'd back me up if I needed it. But anyway, so as much as I wanted to bust on his picture, he finds this amazing X. Good job, Slayer. Oh my God. There's nothing that quite excites me like just seeing a beautiful X like that. Oh yeah, I am so in their area. You guys, this is interesting. Look at this. Seriously, look. It's all structures. You just can't tell. You gotta like look. What is that? Do we walk in here? Ooh, look at this. This could be game. See, to me, this looks like it was a good game. Like deer or elk. Yeah, elk. I know, see? They go right out there. Just in case you thought I was in my backyard. Let's see if I can't get you a view. That's how far away the road is from me right now. Believe it or not, on foot, I'm about 2.5 miles. Look, there's X's even up here. You just have to look. Like even inside, they do all the structures inside this craziness. Let's walk down this deer path. That's what this is. This is a game trail right here. this place. It's like, I always think when I'm in these things, I always think of like witches. I got structures everywhere. Not like, I'm talking about made up ones, you know, the ones stirring the pots out in the forest. Look at this is all structures. You know what I mean? Like, I just come across, like, she's got the hat on, the evil laugh, and she's stirring a big pot of, like, stew, you know? If that happened right there, I would just, that's it. If I film a witch with her big pot, that's the day I retire. They seem to like these eerie areas. Let me sit in here for a little bit. Dirt. How does these piles of dirt get here? It looks like last year. All piles of dirt everywhere. Ooh, could I be in somewhere special? Let me sit here. Alright, there's something going on. I hesitate to turn the camera on. I just told them no camera too. I didn't say I wasn't going to use it. I just said, you guys, please, just for me. And then all of a sudden, you know, a lot of it's unexplainable sometimes. They're like they're moving around in some way we don't understand. There's a structure right there. There's a structure right there. Was this something gross? I'm not trying to gross you guys out. I'm really not. Maybe a little. Okay. Look at this. Look, really think about that. That's beef jerky, right? It looks like someone died. Okay. You left them in the Arizona desert for 3 days and then peeled off the bottom of their foot. That's what that looks like. Maybe their buttocks or something. You know, it looks like it looks like the bottom of a foot or something. I don't know. Man, that's a thick piece right there. It's hard even to bite. Terry, this isn't yours yet. I have yours with me. I'm working on I bought one the other day. So thankful for everything Terry sent me. Terry, my buddy, sent me just two boxes. No, you know, not huge, but 2 small boxes just filled with special treats. I got everything. I got soda, I got beef jerky, I got goldfish, I got Swedish fish, I got Nutty Buddies, I got cream pies, I got what else is in there? There's a bunch of stuff in there, actually. Milk duds, structures. So, like I said, this is the coronavirus. Just bear with me. It's all coming, I promise. It's coming. Something's coming. You guys are killing me up here. Since I turned the camera on, not one thing happened. You know what it is? Even if you didn't know about a camera, you'd know, because all these humans do is talk to these black little boxes. You know, and they know exactly. They have technology. Our technology is probably funny to them. You know what I mean? I believe it's beyond. It's either beyond or just completely different. You know, what if there was another civilization, right? There's another Earth, say, okay? Somewhere. I'm sure there is, right? Same type of thing. And they literally were they're people, just like me and you, but they were just taught different things. They were given a different Bible, and they maybe have a few different resources or something like that. I'll bet you they would be a completely different people. They probably have the same arguments and get divorced and stuff like that, but they would be, you know, it'd be interesting to see how they evolved versus us if we were the same age. I'm just curious how that would work out. Would we end up the same, not knowing, or, you know, would we have different technologies and do different things? That'd be interesting. I realize I'm sitting here still. I've been here for a while. I'm realizing these piles of dirt are not as old as I thought. It's just that it looks like it might have rained, and it did a couple days ago. Because look, it's as fresh as can be. It got like rain marks. That's all it is. And then it dried, so it made it look older. But the reason I realized that was because of the leaves. It's literally on top of the leaves that fell in the fall. All of this is just leaves. This was poured on top of the leaves. Poured on top of the leaves. There's one back there. There's one there. There's one there. There's one there. I mean, there's so many. It's almost unbelievable. There's more there. So it's something I really need some help with, guys. Like, I don't, you hear me, I never ask for help. For like, well, I shouldn't say never, but too often with certain things, because I figure I'll get it in repetition. But like this dirt, like what the heck? How is there a pile of dirt there, and where's it coming from? I haven't moved yet. I'm thinking, it's too strategically done. There's another one here that's older that looks like it didn't fall that long ago, but it's not. Oh yeah, it is. This one is from there. Where am I filming? I can't really see the screen. Anyway, oh, there it is. There's a stump there, and it came from there. Pretty far. And then it's field goal through these bushes. I don't think that was it. I could hear that. That was the thing, guys. If a tree falls over, I think it has to happen within wind conditions. And this was kind of like you're pushing it, you know, like it was just, there was no wind. You know, I gotta find this tree. I want to see what happened. So I have all those dirts. This pile's of dirt, and I got the symmetrical X right there. Or some kind of a structure. I think it was meant to be an X. Marking this area. You can tell, I mean, the grass really even grows in here because of the shade of these trees. I think it's because it's the combo of the shade of these trees, because they actually grow leaves, and then the leaves will fall in the fall and act as compost, and they actually, which is basically food, and this will all break down and feed this grass. And inside there's X's in that eeriness and piles of dirt. Can't figure it out. Now you can see where I am. Look how pretty, you guys. See, where I want to be is up there. It's not quite ready yet. This is why people support me, because I got to go all the way up there. That's why. It's impossible. You know, you don't do something like that on a Sunday. It has to be your job to do something like that. It's impossible. It takes... That's a whole day just to get from the bottom to the top. That's how steep that is. You'd have to stop constantly. And some parts are they're so steep that you probably have to go all the way around and then walk all the way up. It's part of Colorado. It's part of dealing with Colorado. Is nothing's easy. Do I have easy spots? Absolutely, but the best of the best and finding the new best is always a challenge. I think there's work inside those aspens. I can't tell for sure. I love to look where aspens meet pines. It's always interesting. It's kind of like the bay meeting the ocean. There's always something going on there. There's no doubt that there's been deer, a herd of deer or something up here. Look. I know it's not that exciting. I don't know what else to do. I gotta just keep looking. My last battery is dying. I might have to go to my backup camera, which is a great camera like this, except it doesn't have, it's kind of like Brandon's, it just doesn't have the stabilizers. So, you know, it doesn't, when I do this, it's just a little more bouncy. I want to see if I can get this one shot on this battery, though. Hold on, where'd it go? I swear I'm seeing some kind of design. Oh, right there. Can I see it? Oh, yeah, right there. I can't tell, but from here it looks like really weird. There's too much dirt. It doesn't necessarily have to be Bigfoot, it just... On the camera it didn't look anything special, but with your eyes from here it looks like some kind of language or something. What about that language I found the other day? Someone's like, that's Roman numeral number 16 or something, if it was upside down. I was like, well, it isn't upside down because I was filming it from behind it. So technically, if you look at it that way, there was a Roman numeral wrote out on the ground in the middle of a Bigfoot place. Well, I'm not saying that's what it was, but it sure looked like it. That's what I need from these guys. Like, I'm really happy she was, you know, that you guys are paying attention to that. I can't figure everything out, man. I'm the one that comes out here and I get so overloaded with everything. I have to deal with people and everything, and it just helps me so much to have all those sets of eyes and help and support. And I just appreciate you guys more than I can ever say. I'll say it over and over, but it's always more than that. Blatant. That is too blatant. Look. It's too blatant. What do I do here? This is the most confusing place to know what to do. Because it's all blocked off. I gotta keep going, you guys. Thank God for backup cameras. Alright. I'm in the eeriest of places. This camera works good. My backup. The battery is just half because it's been sitting so long without being charged. I'm not going to show you there's these spider structures in there. How weird this is. This is the strangest place. They're all in here. Right in the middle of this. All these seedlings and stuff. Look at that wall up there. And you know it's them, look. Oh. See? Look at this, you guys. Okay, but not just the X. He was sitting right there. And that's what it looks like. I've sat now about 5 times. 4 times I think I sat for 10 to 20 minutes each. Just listening and talking and to them. And doing a couple video clips just sitting there. And here's one of the spots. And this is what they do. See? You can't make disturbances, but he was so in here. There'd be no way in the world to ever approach this guy without him knowing it. That's amazing. And then, if you want bigger, back up. There it is. I'm thinking, because I know it's going to change a couple miles up, but I need some time for that. Look at that footprint. Oh my God, there's a footprint right. I got to step in it to show you. It's right where my foot is. It's perfect. I just did it. I couldn't ruin it, so I did it so you could see. It walks right out of the perch. That's amazing. Look how he made that X. And whatever that log I was on, he put there. He's sitting right there. Something is sitting right there. Footprints everywhere in here. I'm trying to think. No, this is too high. Hey guys, I never found the tree that fell over. I think I did, but it wasn't as blatant as I thought it would be. I think they literally made it into a structure or something. Here we go. Another footprint. Here's dirt with a footprint in it. They are not being careful because no one's ever been here. Perch. Let me step in it just so you can see it. There's a footprint right there. Right there. You can even see where the toes should be, right there. So there's what it looks like when I walk in the snow. Something walked in the snow here. That's me, but something walked. Looks like a big moose or elk was up here as well. All right, give me a minute. I might go back. I might call this day. It's still going to be about a 5-hour round trip just for what I've shown you. Isn't that crazy? I really thought it was going to be something. I'm in the middle of Bigfoot. I found their seats. I found footprints. I had a tree fall, but the visuals for me aren't doing it. It's just not quite cutting it for me. I need those beautiful forests. Am I complaining? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. I think I already thanked God for this day. I'm very thankful. I'm never not thankful. Look at that. First of all, I'm walking through like Bigfoot trails. Looks like people walk through here. Looks like they're sitting in spots like that. Look at that. Yeah, I literally thank God. Look at that one. See how they do it here? They are like It's crazy. Like, some of the things are so blatant that no one would even notice it. That's how blatant it is. It's so obvious that most people wouldn't even see it. I'm telling you, there's no one that's ever walked in here before. I would never walk in these forests. If you paid me, I wouldn't walk in here. I'm walking in here because I love these guys. That's the only reason. Not trying to get some good video for people. People are insane, man. I do this for the love of these guys. I love them. I tell them every day. Look at that X. It's an X with two different kinds of trees. Unconditionally love them. I don't care what the situation is. I love them. They've changed my life, and they've made me a better person. Somehow, I don't know. How is anything, How has your faith in God changed your entire life? It just happens. Everything has to be a mystery around people because people are too stupid. You can't tell them anything because they'll ruin it. I think it's basically the layman's explanation. You can't tell people anything because they will destroy it. They will destroy it. Doesn't matter what it is, it will be destroyed by people. Look at this, you guys. See the white X? See, if I didn't have this all in the way and you had this an open X and spots, it would look more pretty, but this place is like super camouflage. And on that white X, next to the same exact log as the other one I was doing, except it's facing that way, is a seat. Here's a big X. It looks really weird underneath it. What I'm thinking is I might not have any battery left, but I want to go back and check on the gifts. I bet you they're still there. I'm too close. I'm doing these experiments, like close in, not 5 miles into the forest. And that's where I get all my like gift activity and responses, and anything too close seems to be hard to deal with. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, son of a... One of these days, there's even more. So it keeps making me want to keep going. Old camera. There's no doubt that's a structure. There's other ones as well. See, I think they're down when I first come in. That's where there's been no snow for a month. Or 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Where all the new activity is. I feel like today they're here because I got footprints, I got a seat, and I keep forgetting those things, and I got a tree that fell down on camera. There's structures there marking that hill, and I think there's an X right there. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Thank you. I exaggerated that. It echoed everywhere. It'd be funny if he was leaning invisible against a tree. He's like, Gesundheit. I'd be like, thank you. Like he did it by accident. I just keep going. Be like, thank you. That's how I am. I could play any situation out like it was normal. Like they could just hop out and be like, yo, what's up, you guys? What's going on? That's how you have to be. You cannot show fear. One of their things is they think they're going to scare you. You guys, look at this spawn. The good thing is I have a full cell phone, so if it's anything worth it, at least I could hold the cell phone. You guys, look at that. I don't even know how to get there. Look at it from here. And you'll really believe. Look at that. That's the coolest thing I've seen all day, and it's up there. I knew it. I knew to go up there. That's where, as soon as you go behind that and you start hitting pine trees, it's going to become incredible. Give me a second. Something's happening right up at the top. I told you, it's up there. I'm miles in already. This is brutal. Something's happening right there. I can't imagine that there's not some eyes on from up there right now. It's where there's going to be there could be eyes on right there, but there's eyes on for these big guys. They're usually 100 feet behind me. 150 yards, 100 yards, 100 to 150 away. when they're shadowing me. It's amazing how it's always the same distance. Look at this place. Up there, that's where I showed you those teepee like leaning things. I'm so curious to take a peek. You guys look right here how everything's off the ground. And there's a whole inside area in there. Everything's off the ground. There's nothing touching the ground. How does a giant, you know, it's like 4-ton tree fall and not touch the ground? Every time. Yeah, see, look, it looks to me like this was heavily used. And it doesn't look like they're back in full effect. I think I remember saying the same thing last year at this time. Just now, I just remembered that, like where I was like, man, it looks like there's a few here, but they're not all back yet. I remember saying that. And like I've changed a lot of what I used to think since then, but I don't know, there might be something to that. It's a little early and some are here, but not all of them. Because then when you start seeing the circles and stuff, I don't see anything going on new in this section. There's not one new broken stick. And that tells me they're not in this spot right now. They're either left it or they just haven't moved back into it yet. You guys, look at the connections. I haven't heard one noise since, well, not really, since the tree got pushed over. Look how this bends. Look at this thing, it bends. The inside in there is interesting. Look at the leaners. Okay, I'm going to turn that around. Cell phone. It's not bad though if you're just sitting here. You can't really zoom on stuff though. Too much. You know, my only point of interest is this tree. Since sitting here, I know it's jumpy. I think it's where they are. Why is that? Is it just blowing in the wind? Why is it looks like a looks like someone's charming a snake over there, doesn't it? There is a little breeze over here. I'm far away from where I was before. There's a little breeze in here. See if I can see that with my eyes. I don't see that with my eyes. Just like this little piece of grass looks like a snake. Look at this. So check this out. I've been sitting here looking at this. It's bent. That's how I always see it. Bigfoot Universe, the first structures I saw were always like that. Bent and field gold. Right? And then over there they have, it's really cool looking on the ground over there. I don't think I can zoom through. There's like this whole structure right there. They do it weird here. Look, see how those trees look? Every one of those, it's not pretty, but they all go uphill. That's pretty cool. There's a trident. Guys, look at this. And then look at the trident. Remember, this is the coronavirus. I'm not going to just sit here and do this kind of stuff all summer. We're going to do stuff. Trident. We're going to have some new people out here. We're going to bring Lori out here. There's no doubt about it. They react differently to different people. That they see things in people or like something. When Jen came out here, I've told you that story. It's unbelievable what happened. I was like, thanks a lot. I was actually kind of pissed. I was happy, but I was like, what the heck? It was so obvious that they do blatantly just ignore me now in Holy Cross. I was like, like not ignore me, but just don't give me like, you know, what they did to her. I couldn't believe what they did. It was unreal what happened that day with Jen. How they brought her away after she just said, never leave me, please. And then she just leaves. I was like, where are you going? She's like, I'm fine, don't worry about it. She just walks away. That's all on video. And then all of a sudden she just puts her arms to her side and her head goes up. And then she said it hurt really bad in the back of her neck. And then all of a sudden she was fine and totally felt at ease. And she said that she felt like they were taking energy out of her neck. That's what she said. And I just filmed it kind of like from a distance, from like 100 yards away. I'm like, are you okay? I'm like, don't go out of my view. Not that there's anything I could do anyway, but I could try, you know. That was fine. She's like, no, it was, they did it to me. I watched it happen, you guys. So the right people is good. I don't know who that is, but trial and error. Jen's, the amazing thing about Jen is she's exactly that. And it's not just my opinion. This is a fact. She is the nicest, most kind person in this, one of the nicest, most kind people in this whole world. She'll do anything for anybody. She would give you the shirt off her back. Even if she met you on the street today, she will do anything she can to help you. And she does it for animals too. And she supports rhinos. And so I don't know if that plays a factor into, ooh, are those mountain lions? Claws on that tree? Let me go look at that. I don't know if that plays a factor into why they liked her so much. I don't, because that's the only thing I could think of. Like, what's different about Jen than everyone else? And just how good of a person she is. You see, that's a trident right there. Did I do that yet? I think I did. Too good. All right, over now. I just want to see if those are today's cut. Today's a different day than I thought. Let's put it that way. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna go right over to that aspen. It looks like there's marks on it. All right, so I won't walk over there. See if you can tell with the cell phone. I think that a mountain lion climbed up that tree like he was scared. Not the top marks too, but the bottom ones. Right there. I've seen this before. Look, there's another X. I didn't even see it the whole time I was here. There's an X right there. Not the curved one, behind the curve. See it back there? Right there. And it's underneath all of those ones that are pushed up the hill. It's amazing. Check this out. I knew it was perches. I think I said it in my other clip before my camera died. Let me show you this. Oh yeah. Soft perches, X. Right? Look at all the snow. It's meaningless, but if I go up another mile, I'm going to be all snow. Perch. It's right here. You can see they haven't used it yet. Look at the giant impressions. There's a footprint right there. Perch here. Perch right there. Some kind of walking trail through here. Look at this. Not people. Look at this, you guys. I think I'm right. I gotta stay with my gut on this stuff. I was sitting in the middle of that in a beautiful seat. I gotta stay with my gut on what I'm saying about when there's some here and some aren't. I'm telling you, if I come back up here, if you want me to, I would. Just be like, I dare you to go back up there in July and show me that prove that these are all dirt now. And you'll see they are. You can see, look. See the ground glyph? There's a perch right there. It's just covered with all kinds of pine needles. It's just nice and soft. It's all soft. And it's all dug on. There's a random rock, curly cues, leaners. Look at the two little ones right there. I'm right in the middle of a Bigfoot world. This is above the dirt. Should I call it above the dirt? People are going to be like, what is wrong with this guy? Look at this spot. This spot I was in a similar spot at the beginning of the day. It's right over there. Because you can't see it, but it's somewhere like way over there. And I walked way out that way and came back down. And it's even though it's next to this somewhere, it's clearly separated. Even though I would think these guys are together. That's how close it is. You see this walkway? It's like it goes right through here. They go underneath. Look, check this out. Remember, it's not always Bigfoot. Don't always just picture a Bigfoot. Look at that. I like the way the cell phone looks right now. Look at that. You'll always see the triples. Look how it's on top, you guys. This is in the air because of that. Right there. That's the only reason this is in the air. I see it all the time. What about the one structure I have? The entire structure is being held up by, look at that. It's a trident at the bottom. So shaky. I'm still on a Galaxy 9. I've gotten to the point where I'm done. I used to stay current with phones. Are you guys in there? I really have a feeling that you are. Someone's in that bush. I really feel like they are. Don't tell me to go over there. You go over there. I don't do that to these guys. I would never do that. There's a couple times where I did and something happened. Next thing I knew, I was driving home in my car. Look over here. This is such a spot right here. I wanted more than this today, but I'll take it. I'll take this spot. I'll take whatever's in those bushes over there. What's he doing, buddy? Good human. You could say hello. It's okay. You could say hello. That's where they always are. Whenever you're in a spot like this, all you have to do is it's never fails where there's a tree with an inside. Look at that giant, I didn't see that. Look at the giant white X. I'm stepping in footprints right now. A giant white X on the ground right there. Oh my God. Hold on. What's going on? Something just moved. I'm not kidding. It's like they made like an adjustment. You guys look at the giant trees pushed uphill. Only at this spot. And then it has a symmetrical X underneath it. It's so amazing to me. Sorry, like if you want to hit one of these guys or hunt one of these guys, or you're trying to film one because you think you're going to get famous or get some money, whatever the case may be, I'm telling you, that doesn't work. And you can see the evidence has been proven for the last 100 years. Good people get the furthest in this. People with, you don't have to think they're a good person. Their heart just has to be good. Like the Sasquatch, trust them. It's not a personality contest. I've been saying this for 5 years. Stop worrying about what comes out of my mouth and just listen to what, like, off the subject stuff, and just listen to what I'm telling you about this. Okay? Because all those people will just copy us. There's who is it? William, man. William. You that spot you found a couple of years ago, you reposted it. It's amazing. There's plenty of people out there doing such a great job at this, and I love I gotta film a couple of these things on the way out, as I may never be here again. This is too impossible. Oh, it's just too impossible. I've almost died. Look at the star structures, even in the mess. This one goes uphill into that teepee type thing, whatever's going on there, you guys. It is crazy. I can't even get that close to it because of the snow and that's something. That's something. Remember, it's not always what we think. You only believe what your brain tells you. Remember, in my opinion, there's two of you. There's your brain and there's your spirit, your soul. And I know we think it's in our brain, like, because that's where the thoughts are coming from. But I think our soul is in some little compartment somewhere. And your brain is just like a part, like a motor. Look at this. And whatever that motor tells you, you believe it. It's not the road down there. It looks like it is, but it's not. It's this mountain. Look at the teepee structure. Not only, so now you know, okay, I show you that these are all over Colorado. They're giant, and they all go together and they get wrapped up at the top where they'll never come apart again. How they go up there and do that, I'll never understand it. I don't understand that part of it. Down below it is the ultimate confirmation that Colorado Bigfoot is the best. As simple as that. He's just number one. I'm just kidding. And then here, look at this. Like I said the other day, and I got a message even, I think it was, I forget who it was it Ruth or somebody? Like I reconfirming that they really thought it was, and I was like, listen, there isn't. It's not, because this isn't baseball, like I don't have them, I think I do have the most evidence, but I have this feeling, I'm not just being humble, like I said, or thinking, or just saying this so you like me. I have this feeling that I'm not the one. It's like the Matrix. I'm not, you're not the one. But really, I'm being serious in a sense. I have this feeling that I'm doing all of this. I've said this before. I'm doing all of this. Look at that X. What the hell? I'm doing all of this just to guide somebody else, or maybe some other, more than one person. That's all my job is. I don't know why I have such a strong feeling about that, which is kind of bullcrap. How come they get to do it? I feel like that's fine. I'm just happy to be involved. If someone else one day gets all the credit and the limelight, they figured something out based on what I've done, or what we've done, our team, our giant team of people. Whoa, that's fine. But that's my feeling. Like I just need to keep progressing in this, and one day some girl or some guy's going to come along, and it's certainly not going to be. We know it's not going to be Mason exploring. She'll be at the bottom of the poor girl that abuses other people. She's a bully and abuses people. Terrible. And hangs out with meth heads. That one day, one of these people is going to take all of this knowledge and be like, and I've said this before, and just be like, listen, Mark, what you've done is amazing. You've taught me everything, but sit back and watch this. You know what I mean? So you gotta think like that, because you don't just rely on, the people that you know now. We could be and not just me. Look at that structure. Wow. Let's go over there. Turn off the phone. No, look at the trident. Not just me. Look at this place, you guys. It's amazing. It's so quiet here. I'm telling you, they're not all here yet. I'm pushing the limits like I do every year. This is, as far as you could be, where you could walk. You could never walk. Whoops, see, I just fell. You could never walk up the snow. It's just so slippery. It's literally the equivalent of ice. Look at these structures. You guys, look at this. This is really good. Thank God I brought my cell phone for backup. I bring it for emergencies. Like, can you call? I've been told you can, but I'm not sure. Can you can you use 911 without cell reception? I think I used to know the answer, now I can't remember. If that's the case, that's ridiculous. Then why wouldn't we just have cell reception? But I bring it just for that, like, what if I was lost, I could turn it on, they could ping, maybe they can ping my phone anyway. Just for emergencies. You know what, I won't turn it off. These clips are in the cell phone are getting long. You see this? Yeah, see how different, how cool this was? I gotta tie my shoe. It's an absolute unapproachable disaster area. But in the middle of all of it is all of their work and all of their structures. And some of it was done a long time ago. So is this place... Is this place abandoned by a bigger clan and now just a few are here? Or is it just the beginning of the year and they're not here yet? You figure that one out. Some of these, I figured it out that it doesn't matter how old the sticks look because they pick up old sticks off the ground that they like and use those. But this does look older. Look at that. No way. That could happen by accident. There's no way. Look at that. And then if that's not good enough, right behind it is that. And then right behind that is that hut thing. And then behind that is that giant Bigfoot wallow. See, there's too many sticks. Look at all the sticks. Right, Brandon? Tell him, Brandon. You guys are killing me today. Killing. I'm gonna die now because you guys aren't helping me. Blatant, another one. Different, you know, I can't figure it out. These guys are, I guess what it is, here's what I really think it is. Besides, they're not really that different actually up here. It's just the environment. It's the forest itself that's different, not them. That's the answer, believe me. But it is different when I say for the video, you know, it's a totally different type of thing. But in my opinion, which is just happening lately with this, I believe that it's simply that in most cases. You can clearly see the difference between some of the others, like the Dogman type and Bigfoot structures, but I show you that in 100 videos in the past. But these guys, it's just the forest that they're in. Look at this. It's growing all kinds of seedlings. See, that's where I wanted to go. It's all snow. As soon as you reach the top of that hill, it's 2 and 3 feet. Look at that. Wow, this is a structure. Don't know why. You figured I'd know why by now. Why that one's there. Because look at that one from the side. So there's 3 right there that you can barely see. No person in the world would ever notice if this was where a person would be. Look at the X, it's hidden behind the aspens there. The aspens are making an X almost. There's a whole cluster structure there. There's one here, there's one above it. There's a hut, and then there's their wallow where the seats were. I got one active perch today. It was blatant. It had little glyphs in it, and it was all disturbed, like from today. You guys look over there. Oh, see, this is good. I don't know where these guys are. Look in the forest. If wind does that, then you have no problem walking into your backyard and filming an X on the ground. Idiots. It's amazing how dumb you are. You guys tell them how stupid they are. No, that's mean. I'm kidding. You're just an idiot. You know. Well, what was that? What the hell is that? Oh, it's big blue jay or cardinal or something. Right next to the X. Where's the X? So let's find the X. He was behind the tree. He's in there somewhere. He's huge. Oh, you see him? He just flew away. He was like a foot tall. A blue bird that's a foot tall. What the heck? I'm not even kidding. Maybe he was 10 inches tall, something like that. This valley, I'm all the way at the top of the valley. And I gotta end this clip. For some reason, I don't want to turn you guys off. I can't help it. You're my only. Look at this. See, this is blatant. It goes way up in there. I'm miles up. They are just putting symmetrical. Look at the rest of the forest. Do you guys get it? Okay, the X's don't form on the ground unless they make them. Is that it? Yeah. See anything else on the ground? Nothing. Something's going on. I'm right here. It's going on down below, behind me on the way back. But I think their big giant, like, main world is up there. I really believe it. I've seen all the signs. You guys take one more look at that from back here. Now you can really see. It's a giant. It's 2 X's, 3, 4. I don't know how many X's. Right? It's really pretty from down here. It is so meant to be seen coming up this hill. and it's meant to be seen by their people, by their world, you know, like, or others. And they're not just for being seen, they're for being used as well. That's the thing. I think a lot of these structures are both. They're marking, showing other beings that, listen, man, this is my spot. We're here. Don't even mess with it. That's why you see the X's on the ground. I think a lot of these X's on the ground are meant to be seen from the sky. I mean, there's no question. I get them sent to me from people all over the world, from Google Earth and stuff. I don't use Google Earth myself, but I have it. I just don't use. I don't need it. It doesn't help me in any way. I know exactly where to go. But it does help some people. And people find amazing things using Google Earth. And Google is trying to figure out how to stop people from doing that. Another spot right here. I think some of these spots are old. I don't know what's going on. That's all. I just wanted to show that really quick. Oh, I know what I wanted to add is that while I'm stuck in here, I'm literally stuck. There's nowhere to go. There's a perch piled up with pine needles under that tree. And it's all connected to structures. I wonder, like, to hear trees fall down or big snaps, like big powerful breaks. It's very rare. I want you to know in 5 years it's happened to me, I think be somewhere between 5 and 10 times where it's been distinct and unbelievable. One of the best was with Dan. You guys have probably heard that clip. All you hear is, I mean, he does it so fast. It was such a display of strength because I realized a few years later, actually, we were sitting right underneath like 50 of them in this crazy, giant, covered structure. And that's what they want. He wanted us to get distracted, I think. There's such a perch right there. There's no way those pine needles got like that. So I'm really happy with that, with those noises, you guys. It's not easy to get those, and it's not something that happens every time. So just know how special it is. It might not excite you too much, but to hear behind you while you're sitting there and an entire tree falls down when there's no wind, that's pretty cool. You know, sometimes that's as much as you're gonna get, and you got real lucky getting that. And I'll take that today, because I really honestly didn't expect any interactions today at all. I expected just to hopefully find something to blow your mind, which I kind of didn't. So I apologize with that. But nevertheless, it wasn't a fail. You see how these giant trees go uphill? This whole thing is one big giant Bigfoot world. Here's the other thing I realized. With these little sticks and with these little trees everywhere, everything's connected. So they probably like it. It cuts visibility and it keeps everything connected. Over and out. It's not something you see every day. An aspen perfect trident. What's near the aspen? How do you know that's real and that nature doesn't do that? Because, first of all, you've been lied to your entire life and think everything you think is wrong. They want to keep you a sheep. Okay? Now, 99% of the people listening to this are unsheeped. But we're talking to that one person. Here's the backside of that X I felt coming up. Look how blatant that is. How beautiful it is. Yes, look at the size of that caliber going straight up this hill. Making a perfect X. Let's see if we can see anything in there. That's why. That's an aspen trident. This is amazing in there, you guys. There's an unbelievable inside. And back in you're really inside in there, there's a seat that it's made where they sit on a it's actually on this thing right here. It looks just like that in there. And it's open. You could put 2 or 3 of me in there. I'm not kidding. Look, it's what I showed you on the way up. It's crazy how they made it. It's so good. Look at this. First of all, I found where they walk. I followed their trail the whole way. That giant X is back in there. And those are those 5 trees that come down. And then there's a giant tree that comes down here. And they all go in there and make that. And that's where you're gonna find them throughout the forest. And even most Bigfoot people, including myself, will glance over at that and just walk by. I don't know why we don't look inside. And I forced myself. I had a feeling like I really didn't want to go look. And I went over there, I was like, oh my God. Because it doesn't look like there's an inside from here. That's where they are, right in there. They're not in there now, but that hill, I just can't get enough of that. There's nothing there, and yet I can't stop staring over there for some reason. Way up at the top, which is really far away. It's like a half a mile to the top. Because he scared me to death. Well, not really, but like I was like, oh my God, he was right next to me. He ran right to there and stopped. It's a moose. It almost looks exactly like the one I filmed the other day. In that Behind the Language, which is just a matter of miles from here. He could easily be him. But he seemed to be with his sister. That's a male. Now I know, I can tell that the dark ones are the males, and they have these little nubs that will be horns. He's not worried at all. He just put a little gap. He moved so fast. I mean, I was like, this is it. I thought it was Bigfoot. I'm not kidding. Hey, buddy. Good boy. You know what it is? I'm almost positive that it's him. His sister's just probably, you know, within a call from him. She might just be like right there. I just can't see her. And I think he knows who I am. I'm not kidding. I'm the only person this dude has ever seen in the woods, and now it's number 2. I'm almost sure it's him. He's exactly the same size. He's in the same region, and there's not a lot of moose around, so that's got to be him. Where's your sister? Hey, buddy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Do moose like beef jerky? I don't think so. He's moving off. Oh, interesting how he was in my next Bigfoot. He started jogging because I made a branch break. Interesting, right? I just happened in 2 different Bigfoot worlds, miles apart. I just happened to see him again. Could I be wrong? Yeah, but I don't think it is. I don't think I am. I'm almost sure it's the same one. And he was so comfortable with me. My problem is he was right like next to me right here. I didn't see him. I had my back turned, and all of a sudden, he was laying down somewhere, like right in here. And when he got up, it was crazy. It was like I didn't see it at first because it was like this, like blocking. He was only 20 feet away, and oh my God, was that disturbing just for a brief second with that movement of his. His sister, maybe his sister's just right over there. I'm almost sure that was him, and his sister's probably right in there somewhere. Unless it's his girlfriend. I would imagine they're probably family. Well, because he's so young. He's got to be little. You guys, some moose are, you know, they're huge. I mean, they're so big. It's so unbelievable. He's just a little dude. All right, bye. Sorry, look at that pile of dirt right there. It just got put there. And there's a stick touching it. What about the one with the shadow, you guys? I'll put that in again. It's over there. It's right over there, like 100 yards. So, just for the record, I like Nathan Rio. He's an ape camper. He never quite got this, which you think with the drugs he would have. So, Rio, I know, you know, who knows if me and you will speak again, but you know, I care about you. I you know, worry about you. You have a beautiful family. He really does. His wife is smoking hot. Just gonna be honest, and his kids are so cute. He has the cutest little kids, and he's a funny guy, you know. So and you know, it could happen to any of us. So I just want people to know there's no hard feelings between me and him. I don't think he hates me either, you know. Drugs can have that effect on you, and you know, things like that. We never really had an argument. We had a discussion because someone lied. Some guy was like jealous of our relationship, lied and said that Rio was talking about me behind my back, and then came to me and said the same thing. Came to him and said the same thing, that I was talking behind his back. Like they started like this war, that like not a war, but like Rio was like, feelings were hurt, my feelings were hurt, and none of it ever happened. And we finally talked. We're like, we can never let someone like that do that to us again. He's like, absolutely. Well, we haven't talked in, I don't know, a year or 2. Look, it was dumped on top of the grass. Dirt. So I don't know if that made any sense, but no hard feelings. Some people, I don't think I'd ever want to be friends with again. Like, there's people that are just, I didn't want to be friends with to begin with, but I was just nice. But he's a good guy. Man, I wish I could have got him over to what's really happening here, you know, but he's the kind of guy that only believes what he sees, you know, and he's seen them, but not, you know, he doesn't understand. He never understood the structures, and he never understood what's really happening out here, unfortunately. And that's why he finally, you know, we had a talk with him. I said, Mario, you're not going to make another video. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, you're going to stop your channel because you have nothing left to do. And he's like, you know what? You're right. Because he's when we were camping out, because he had no, he won't believe that it's more to what it is than what, you know, than what he thinks. You know, he's one of those people, as intelligent as he is, that goes by common sense and logic. And it's an amazing thing that someone can't see. That's exactly what you can't do. Meanwhile, all night long, Sasquatch are walking by his face. He had a mesh open tent where you can see in and out. It's just completely in and out. He's like, I had class A's all night. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I could see their ankles. They were 8 inches from my eyeballs. And I was like, yeah, I told you. And he's like, I got to be honest with you, Mark. He goes, at first, when we first got here, I thought I didn't really think you knew what you were doing. By the location that you brought me to. He's like, but now I have to ask you to forgive me. This is the best spot there isn't. I was like, I told you. People just don't believe. I don't get it. I'm telling you. I was up way up there and beyond. I never lie. Ever. Ever do I lie in this. Ever. So just believe me. I can understand when it's hard to believe. I really am cool like that. But you guys gotta realize that this is beyond anything you know or can imagine, or that's lodged within your little common sense. There's a truck right there. I'm parked right there. This all leads up. And this is where the connected starts right here. So this is, the only thing I can come up with, which is common sense, is that, because some of it you can, you know, like, why is this spot here? Why is that spot there? Are these guys different than the ones that are up the hill? I don't think so. I think this is a spot they come down to here, especially when the snow is melted here and nowhere else. And then they have this beautiful, nice, dry place down here, and it's all in there. It's all connected, where I showed you that beautiful structure. It's the connected video. We got Lisa Mitchell, who's getting tons of timestamps in here. She goes out. She don't care. She'll show you all of them. You know, the spirit looking one. She'll show you everything. And man, was I getting timestamps right in there. Right in there. I'm not even going to show you because we've already been in there, but all their structures are back in there. And some of them are, the one main one is really big. It's still there. Yeah. Come on, guys, one noise.